Okay, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Thursday, which means more games to play. Real quick, before we get into this, yesterday we did our first members stream for setting up the table. So if you're interested in that process of setting everything up and going through the terrain and stuff, that is available to our members. Those are up live now to you. There's a video if you're just curious about the basic perks. I've already, I think, come up with something else. I just need to make sure I can 3D model and create little name plaques. And I think Zorpazorp actually did something similar. Doing like a brick kind of like castle wall, maybe on this lower half over here, and creating like little like gold plaques to put members' names on them, or the hunters specifically, that tier, probably on this wall. I think that could be neat. And I'd probably do a video on making that wall, as maybe questionable as it may be, but we'll figure that out. It's just a thought. And I don't think if I got anything else. Saturday we will probably be streaming. I think we're gonna do Warcrow. Justin's gonna come, and I think we're gonna do Warcrow just because he has not played it, and now that I have more models, we could do that. Also, I've had a tiny bit more contact. I'm still waiting on more details, but let's just say there will probably be more Warcrow stuff down the road. Also wouldn't mind trying Age of Sigmar again, but that seems a little bit more rigid as far as the terrain goes, so we'll cross that bridge as we get there, but the terrain will work for that as well. Oh, also, and I might do a video on this, I'm not sure. Especially with Adepticon happening. Talk about some reveals and stuff. One of which is Halo Flashpoint announced the Brutes, specifically the Banished, as a box set. There's going to be new cardstock terrain, Atriox as a model, so that'll be pretty cool. I will probably pre-order that just because I enjoy the Halo models, and I'm hoping that the box set that's supposed to be coming soon will kind of reinvigorate a little bit of that that fun factor with the loadout kind of system that they're doing for Flashpoint. But that remains to be seen. I still don't think anybody's gotten shipping notifications for the pre-orders that were supposed to ship on the 20th. There's rumors that different stores have them, but as far as I know, nobody's gotten their pre-orders yet, so seems kind of messed up. But you think the pre-orders would go out first, the whole purpose of it, but I don't know. Still have no word on the all new bundle with the war games and stuff, so we're still waiting on that. So there'll be Halo stuff soon, but we're still just waiting on product to get here. So that is what it is. Oh, these are dead. So that is a process, taking all those batteries out and putting them in the charger. It's a little bit of a pain, but I guess I'll do that at some point. I think that is kind of it. Today, obviously, we're playing Shatterpoint. We've got Talzin, Savage, and the Night Sisters with Darth Maul, Gar, and the Super Commandos against my Mandoverse crew. I've only played with the Night Sisters once, and it was like maybe the third game I'd ever played, so I'm sure I'll miss stuff. Those of you who play war games know that trying to learn and remember all of your rules for your team is hard enough. Trying to remember and learn all the rules for two different teams and their interactions is also a pain simultaneously, but that's all right. Go ahead and swap over here. I have already deployed, so our Mandoverse crew is here. So we've got Din and Greff and IG here, and then we've got the armor and crew behind this building. And then our active objectives are here, here, here. On the other side, here. And there's one, you can barely see it there at the bottom. I tried to position my second camera more to capture hopefully inside of here, because the roofs will come off, assuming we take people inside at some point. But that was kind of the purpose of setting up the table this way. So you got a front door into this and the back door, and we'll cross that as we hopefully get to it. But our Night Sister crew is back in that corner, and then Gar, you can kind of see him right there, and Darth Maul are all kind of clustered right behind my camera, which you can kind of see him over there now. So I'm gonna roll 2 dice. First to get a crit is gonna go second, because I think going second is better. So this is for me. This is for them. Okay, me. Ooh. Come on, crit. All right, this is gonna take a second, huh? Me. Okay, then. All right. So they're going to go first. And again, this is just me. So I'm going to be walking back and forth. We don't really have a local store or anything around here, so this is the easiest way to play. Also, content-wise, this is extra the easiest way to play. So we got Mandalorian. We got the Super Commandos. So they could spend force. Also, the call them the red team over there. They've got 6 force. Mando crew has 5 force. So, but we got Super Commandos. I could jump for a force. Let's be honest, we're probably gonna do that. It looks like the Night Sisters have a good amount of force, so we'll kind of see how that works. So that's gonna give me a free jump. Let's see where we can get. Which again, they are right behind this thing here. So let's go ahead and use the jump. A bit of a stretch, but that's fine. I'm gonna move this guy down into here. This guy over there. And they're probably gonna hunker for their second action, so they're just gonna do the jump, do a regular move, do a hunker, and they are ironically right behind something. I need an emoji that is me obscured by a tree. I might have to do that at some point, because I can't ever not be obscured by things. In this case, it's just a building and a tree, but he's right there on the ground, and the other one's right here on the second level. Gotta take my word for it. First guy up for me is Paz Vizsla. So Paz, make sure all this is correct. Yes, it is. Okay. Paz has a tactics. At the start, each allied Mandalorian unit within range 4 may remove 1 damage or 1 condition. Then each supporting can jump, which in this case is my coverts. So we might as well jump 1 up onto this building. And just for the fun of it, we'll jump the other one up onto this hill for the time being. I would like to get into range to shoot. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, but it does give me that. Could just go for the middle objective. Might be able to get in range of that. But I like the idea of getting as a little more over here. So if we just do a move. Ooh. I don't think he has anything that's going to let him move at all. His range is 5. We are in range. We're going to call that cover for sure, just because, again, I don't play a whole lot of cover in Shatterpoint because the cover rules get a little wacky. I kind of apply some Legion cover logic to a lot of things. But they are hunkered and they've got cover, so they're going to get 2 extra dice on defense. So that's okay. So we're going to have what is unit stance? That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Okay. So we're going to have a pool of 7. Let's see. Wow, that is horrible. He's got decent expertise, so that's still going to give us 3 hits for 2 expertise, but man, all those just straight misses. Because potentially, depending on how rolls went, I could have just deleted these people immediately. They've got a range defense of 4, plus the hunker and the cover, they're going to have 6. One expertise is 1 cover. So they block 3. And that leaves me with 1 point. And all that is 1 damage and a pin token. Okay, so that's not great. Don't think I'm not in range to grab that objective, but I do have 1 objective, so I'm gonna move toward me. They're gonna get a momentum. Mando's over here, Night Sisters and Maul over here. Okay, back to them. Shatterpoint card. Honestly, I kind of like the idea of going with Talzin here, because I could choose somebody to move for free, so I could potentially get Savage up the field quick and get a little bit more use out of some tactics abilities. I could also go with Gar and jump with one of them to claim a different objective, but that'd be the only objective I'd be claiming. Whereas I need to grab that objective over there. So let's go with Talzin, just because I don't know if that's a great move, but that's what we're gonna do. And that means I could choose another Dathomirian and they can dash. So we are gonna go with Savage. I guess I could swap your angle here. Probably see this eventually. So bring him here. That's definitely going to be close enough to grab that objective. And Talzin, I don't think she really has anything ability-wise worth doing. She's probably going to do a full-length move here. and potentially some hunker action. I think, because I don't want to round her around that corner too much. Oh. The dog's in here trying to serpentine around all the tripods and stuff. But yeah, we're just going to hunker with her just in case she gets a little spicy. But yeah, she doesn't have anything that matters right now, so maybe not the best move, but it's the move that we made. They do have an objective, so I'm going to go back to the middle. Just going to give both of us draw my covert Mandos. Actually, don't think you could actually see where the Night Sister or Talzin ended up. That's whatever. Okay, so we got some jetpack action that we could do. Don't think we're gonna need it. Probably gonna take Sharpshooter 1 until the end of the turn. Granted, no, well, no, because this guy is gonna end up near Taz, so we will get that free focus, I believe. And our range is 4. So we're probably gonna have to jump down. Although, since this is the same elevation, if it was like close enough, could I just cross that with a regular move, or would I have to use a jump? I don't know. Doesn't matter in this case because I can't close that distance. We might need the jump, to be honest. We're gonna move and see where that gets us, and then we'll jump. So go ahead and move here. Yeah, claim that. Take this one. That puts us around there. Oh yeah. And can't really tell if we can see, but we're both on jetpacks. We'll just do the same thing, and they'll just have cover. That'll be fine. But because we get the free focus for being near Paz, that's going to give us an extra dice. And then we have Sharpshooter 1, which is going to give us another extra dice. So our range pool is going to be 5 plus 2. So 7 in the pool. And we're only going to be able to make 1 attack, unfortunately, because this one's not in range of anything. So. Okay, better. 2 expertise on range is... Wow, okay. 2 expertise is going to be 3 regular hits. Okay. The commandos are going to have a range pool of 4 defense plus 2 for hunker and cover. Love to see it. 3 expertise on defense is just going to be 2 saved. Gonna cancel 2. That leaves me with 6 points, which is probably going to be most of their turn. So, let's see. They've got 8 health. I only need 7 damage. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could definitely wound them this turn, which is huge. Especially because they went first, which means they're going to be out for the rest of this basically struggle, most likely. But we need to go. Let's see. I've got how many? 6. So I can go 2, 3 in a strain, 5, 6 in a disarm. And I can either get a free jump or a free reposition on the last node. Probably in range to get this objective. Kind of want to jump somewhere just to get up and out of the way of anything coming through this building, so I can jump like up on this ledge. Then I could take... Oh, well, I can't do that because this is the guy that's shot. But I could take a reposition, which also might not be the worst thing. I think I'm going to take a free jump. I'm going to take, actually, the reposition. I think. So that's going to be 7 damage exactly to 8. And then a strain and a disarm. Strain. Disarm. And yeah, I think I go with the reposition here. And move this character over this way. And then we spend a force to do a free jump. Just to get up out of the way. Just in case anything, you know, comes our way. But they are wounded. Which is going to give me a momentum. I've got 3 objectives now, which is going to put me 1, 2, and 3. Probably one of the earliest I've wounded somebody. But it's back to them. Darth Maul. So he's actually going to be able to take that objective, I think. Which is okay. We're going to spin a force, but instead of spinning a force, we're going to take a damage. You get buff more damage that takes. So that's okay. Do some force length move. And see where force speeds us. They can't cooperating today because they've been doing out here. Okay, but I keep getting notifications. For the time, but probably not going to be the case based on what I'm seeing with my camera currently. But unfortunately, can't do anything about that. They keep doing work out here. Okay, so right now we've just done our free move, essentially. So we're definitely going to have to move again. Is going to flip this objective to them. That's okay, probably. And now actually that he has taken that, I can pull Paz in to attack him, and it's just going to be, well, it's going to be contested. Do I go for damage, or do I go for the objective point? I kind of feel like we go for damage. You got to get what you can get in Shatterpoint, because you might only get to use each character maybe twice. Making the most of activation seems to be rather important. And choose a character in this unit and an enemy unit within range 3, which we are. Pull the chosen unit, range 2, forward, then gains exposed. I could do that, and instead of spending 2 force, we'll take 2 damage. That's going to put me at a threshold to give me an extra dice for every 3 damage this unit has. Add a dice. So we're definitely within range 3. And I could pull him range 2. So that objective is going to be contested, but I think this will work, more or less. And now Paz is exposed, so he can't use defensive expertise, which is very unfortunate. And let's see. We want to be in our full dark rage damage stance. So that's going to give us a pool of 8 dice on this melee. Only 1 miss. Oh, 2 misses. Okay. No expertise. Has a melee defense of 4. Ooh. He doesn't have anything that looks like it's going to help. Wow. So I can't use those because I'm exposed. I can't use my expertise. So he's probably about to get wounded. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to give us, let's see, 2, 4, 5. So I'm going to have to go down the bottom track somehow to get to the 8th to make sure he's wounded. So 2, 4, 5 and a shove, 6, 7 and a shove. That's not going to work either, so we got to go down. 2, 4, 5 and a shove, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 2 shoves. I would rather get some value out of the top, but I'm not going to be able to do that. That's okay. So he is definitely wounded with like probably close to 9 things, and he's going to get double shoved. So we're just going to punt him kind of back away from the point. That is going to recapture that for them. He's going to get a momentum for the wound, and that is the end of the turn. And they have 2 objectives. So, 1, 2. Okay. This is an even Stevens match currently. Dinjarin for me. Probably get that objective over there, and I probably want to do that. Each character in this unit may dash, and if all within range 2 are bounty hunters, that doesn't really do me any good because I can't do anything. But I can use that force just to get a free dash, and if there was anybody to attack, I could get a free attack out of this, but there isn't. Let's see, can you see this better over here? Yeah. That's free move, actual move. I don't think, what's his range? 4. So we're just gonna tuck in there and hunker. We're just gonna take that objective, and he's gonna hunker down. That's gonna give me 3 objectives. 3. Back to them. Gar Saxon. Yeah, I don't think we need to spend any force. But we might. He might just actually delete these Mandalorians. I might have made a really poor choice here. So they're asleep. So what I'm gonna do here is I am gonna spend a force for the free jump. Also, he has a tactics ability at the start of his activation. Choose another Mandalorian character, and they could jump. The only other Mandalorians are dead currently, so can't do anything with that. But what we can do is use our free jump here. Actually, I bet you his range is 5. We might have to change it up here a little. Wanna basically, that'll work. So use a free move to move. So we still have both actions, so we want to focus and shoot. And because he has sharpshooter 2, he's going to get a free hunker token from the focus action because I've got you in my sights. And then characters in this unit have sharpshooter 2, so they're going to get, I think, 3 extra dice on this attack, if I understand correctly. That's tough. So he's going to have a range pull of 9. Six, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. So he's got a base pull of 6 plus the focus dice and the 2 extras from sharpshooter. 6, 3, 9. Here we go. On the Mandos hiding on the ledge. Okay, that's pretty lucky. Got 4 misses and 3 expertise. 3 expertise on attack is just going to give a crit and a shove. So this works out well enough for me. Although 3 crits, I can't do anything about that, so there's no point in me rolling defense. He's just going to have 3 points. That's still pretty rough, actually. So either way, we're getting damage here. So it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, a jump, and a shove, which is going to be 2 shoves. So 5 damage on our coverts. A jump and a shove. Does he want to jump? He might as well jump. I don't think we can quite make it that flip, so that's fine. Now we got double shoves. We're just going to take the one to drop them down in front of that doorway, more or less from where he shot. Okay. That's pretty tough. Thankfully, they're not wounded, so that's good. They do still only have 2 objectives. I'm just going to go... Wait. They should have 1 extra momentum from my turn. Then this moves 2 to them. I think I missed a momentum on that last turn because it was on my half. Okay. I've got IG-11 Assassino Droid. I can get a free dash. He's over here. I don't know a good... His range. He's got a range of 5. I could try to get over here to shoot Talzin, perhaps. So if we go crawling away, so we got free dash and oops, like a full move into the tree. That put me in range, or do I need to I don't know. I think, yeah, that should be in range. A bit of a stretch. Talzin, you can barely see some green by the stroke. Right over. He's like right at this corner, kind of. You get the idea. I got what I got. So we got 7 dice. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That does not matter. Okay. That's tough. 4 expertise on attack is 2 crits. Which I don't hate. And 1 guaranteed damage in the pool. So, something, I guess. And 3 crits is pretty good. Now, Talzin does have a hunger token. And she's got a range defense of 5. She's going to have 6. Expertise on defense. Okay, so she's actually got a pretty good defense for expertise. If you get 3, do some crit downgrading, but 1 to 2 expertise, just going to give us 1 save. So thankfully just shy of affecting us, so we're still going to get our 3 points to spend. With IG, that's going to give us actually, I think what we do here might be a little risky. So I'm going to go with the bottom pool, which is going to give a free reposition. And I should be able to use that to make the multi-thread attack on somebody else afterwards. So that's going to be 4 damage for a total of 5 damage on Talzin. Good. And then we get a reposition as part of our attack. That's going to get us moved up into a better position, or a more dangerous position. And we're going to shoot 1 character in this unit may make a... No, after this unit makes an attack as part of a combat action, it may use this ability 1 character in this unit, targeting a character in another enemy unit. So we're going to have to shoot at Savage. But that is okay. So we're going to get a 5 dice attack on him. So just 5 dice. Here we go. Okay, 1 expertise is 1 crit. Savage has a range defense of 4. Well, let's see what's protection. Remove damage. Cool. Can't be shoved. Got it. Oh, he actually has a thing that I did not notice, that when supporting primary unit or a Dathomirian primary unit, he could do a free dash. I would have got a free move earlier, but that's fine. I missed that. It is what it is. Okay, so I don't think any of that matters in this scenario. That's wounding. Okay, here we go. I don't love that. Defensive expertise with 2. That's going to give him 1 defense and a jump. Interesting. So we're still going to get our two crits. So 2 points on IG. We could go for another reposition just to get out of dodge. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go for the 2 points of damage. So that's going to give us a total of 4 damage on Sauvage. Get the ball rolling there a little. Sauvage does have a free jump. So I think out of the interest of, or in the interest of interesting stuff, we take Sauvage. Into this building. Go ahead and pop this roof all the way off. We're all still together, somewhere around there. Cool. And hopefully that camera is still somewhat in focus. Okay, now the camera angle is a little bit more useful. So that was my turn. There's a bunch of stuff that just happened, but actually, because he has protection, he's only gonna have 3 damage. I don't remember these things. So they still only have 2 objectives. 1 and 2. That's gonna give us both momentum. Oh wait, it was my turn, not Savage's turn. 1 and 2. I have 3 objectives. 1, 2, and 3. That's going to give them momentum. This is the problem with trying to play by yourself, is trying to keep track of all of this stuff. Okay. Their turn. Here we go. Talzin. Oh, forgot she is not gone. Okay. Choose another allied Dathomirian unit. Chosen unit may dash. I think we go with Sauvage. And actually, because this is a primary, his Unwitting Brute means that if she's within range 3, which pretty sure she would have been, or close to it, that's actually going to give him a free dash anyways. And now with the tactics ability, I will dash again with Sauvage. So, doesn't quite fit through the doors. The scale's a little off, but that's okay. And because over here, this person's up top and this person's down below, that middle objective is now contested. So I've only got 1 and 1. Okay, so Talzin, on the other hand, choose an enemy within range 4. The chosen character may dash, and I move them. No, at the start of this unit, choose another allied Dathomirian. We did that. I guess she's probably just going to move and attack, to be honest. So we're going to swap to... not quite engaged yet over here. Still can't see. I think I'm going to end engaged. Put me like right smack dab in the middle of these two. I don't think I'm going to be engaged, so I'm going to stay in range stance, and I'm just going to move and attack. That's going to give me 7 dice. We're going to go with Mando. Pretty good roll, to be honest. Mando's got a range defense of 6, and he's got a hunker, so he's gonna have 7, 6, 7. Okay, also pretty good roll. 2 expertise on defense. Okay, cool. So 2 expertise on defense, 2 to 3 expertise for Din is going to be 2 saves. And we turn one of their crits into a miss, so we just cancel one of these. We cancel all the regulars, and she's left with just 1 little point here. That's going to be 2 damage and a shove. 2 damage on Din. And after a ranged attack targeting a character in this unit is resolved, this unit may use this ability. If the attack roll contained 1 or more misses, which I think it contained exactly 1 miss, the attacker suffers 2 damage. So Talzin's going to take 2 damage as a result of that. So that's cool with me. Then he's going to get shoved. Get knocked back a little bit. I feel like there's a lot of movement happening in one. So we're both still in range of this. Nobody has it. And they have 2 objectives. So 1 and 2. Back to me. Kind of just don't want the armor, but whatever. Shatterpoint card. Okay. Now we're getting a little interesting. I think what we do here is actually go with Din again. I'm going to keep him in the stance that he's in. And we're going to go for Talzin, I think. So, because we need to make sure we secure at least that objective. We could go with Haz, I guess, and wake him up. But it's kind of a double-edged sword. Because I would need to get rid of Darth Maul, actually, to take that. So we're going to go with Din, because there's a chance that I could wound Talzin. So we're going to go with Din with our Shatterpoint card. And just for good measure, we're going to spin this force to do Clan of 2. It doesn't say once per round, and that lets me make a free dash. That puts me in melee where I want to be, and that lets me make a free 5 dice attack. This is going to be a 5 dice melee attack. 3, 4, and 5. 2 expertise and melee is going to be 1 crit. Talzin's got a melee of 5. 1 expertise. 1 save. So get rid of these. We got 2 points. That's going to be 3 damage. And a shove, which actually wounds Talzin. So that's big. Oh. And I'm not going to bother shoving. No, you know what? We'll shove. Why not? Shove Talzin. Now I do still have both actions because that was just Clan of 2. So I wonder so I'm gonna move. Gonna put me like right there-ish. Range is 4. Oh, yeah. So now we're going to move and shoot. At the Night Sisters, a normal ranged attack in this stance is just going to be 6. Ooh. 1 expertise. It's just 1 regular old little hit. Our Night Sisters. Anything? They got a ranged defense of 5. Okay. Imagine that 1 expertise is a save, which saves all 3 regular hits. So that's unfortunate. So that is the end of that. I did lose my hunker when I engaged Talzin. We did get so I've got 2 objectives and a wound, so that is bam bam 1 and 2. I'm gonna give them a momentum. Okay, back to them. Speak of those Night Sisters, I think we go after our little Din Djarin, because the Night Sisters are like right under the dice tray, and you still can't see that. So that's unfortunate for all of you. But I don't really have anything worth much of anything. And spend a bunch of force to do a bunch of moving. Let's see. I think we're going to be able to get in range. Well, we could also just do a ranged attack. They are arguably better in range anyways, or melee, I guess. Let's just come over here and see what we can get. Also, I guess I could see if you can. Yeah, you can see what's going on. So we spin force, that'll puts them in melee. Not this one. But that is okay. Well, you know what? We could do their ability twice. So we'll just do Dathomiri and Dexterity twice. It'll cost 2 force. They have it to spend, so why? Bam, bam. They would get a hunker, but they are engaged, so no hunker for them. But that is going to be a 5 dice pull twice on Din Djarin. Probably not great. 3, 4, 5. Also, forgot to say at the beginning, yesterday was my official birthday. So this is kind of birthday stream part 1. So if you want to sub, that would be great. And then Saturday, obviously, Justin's coming over that it is for my birthday. That'll be kind of birthday stream part 2. So all of that good stuff going on. We went to Gatlinburg for my birthday. Bought some mead. Was cool, I guess. I didn't even know they made it. So 2 expertise in melee is 1 damage and 1 hit. That's going to bump Din up to 3. And I'm rolling 6. Oh my gosh. 2 expertise is going to give me 2 saves And thankfully a crit to a miss, which negates all of that. So the only thing they got through, thankfully, is the 1 damage from their expertise. So that's lucky for me. And then we're doing the same thing again, which I don't remember what it was. 5 dice in melee. Okay then. And then we're 6 dice. Jeez. Cancel 3. That's 2 points for the Night Sisters. That's going to be 2 damage, a pin, a shove. I don't love. I'm just going to put him up to 5. And a shove. Put him back into this. Okie dokie. So that was their turn. They still have 2 objectives. 1 and 2. And nothing else. No wounds, no nothing. Back to me. So this has got to be Greff or the Armorer. Kind of sucks on both of those, to be honest, but whatever. Greff, I don't really want. I'm going to be honest. I might put him in reserve just to go ahead and go with the Armorer. Trying to think. I might be able to close the gap. Ooh. To get to Savage with the Armor. So I'm going to spend a force. Put him in reserve. Hey, thanks, man. I am officially in my late 20s. That's the joke that I've been making. Is now I'm 27. So now I'm officially in my late 20s. We went caving and said, man, this might be a problem come Wednesday. Not caving. We went walking through a cave in somewhere in Tennessee. This OBS just not like that camera. I just kept making the joke that come Wednesday I might not be able to do that anymore. Which, unironically, I don't feel particularly great today, but it is what it is. Okay, Armorer. Tactics ability. Choose somebody to jump. Actually, I can use this to my benefit and go with this fella. Just jump them down here. So I do have the bodies needed to take that middle objective back, thankfully. We are going to regular move. We're going to spend the last force that I have for Hunter and Prey. We are going to target Savage. That's going to expose him because I can absolutely make a full-length move into being engaged with him. He is exposed. And now we are going to do an attack for our second action. And we are going to stay... I don't really know which one's better. We'll just stay in the hammer, I guess. I'm not... I would assume. Thank you. Yeah, I did the member stream. Oh, I know. Also, about that's just kind of the joke, I guess. Granted, I guess before you know it, I'll blink and I'll be probably 40, but it is what it is. I will probably be a kid at heart forever. But I did the members only stream yesterday of setting this up, and part of what I was kind of talking about was the fact that I do set up these tables probably more as a visual appeal and a feel rather than a effective play space. so it's a little bit difficult to navigate them, but I think it just makes it more immersive and more enjoyable to look at, if that makes sense. Kind of the thought process that goes into that. I just wanted to try to put this Scarif bunker on this snow table, and it kind of worked. These rocks made it a little difficult, but okay. So we got 8 dice in melee on Savage. Big hits here. The armor should obliterate him, because she typically hits pretty hard. 3 expertise is going to give a crit and a hit. Not great, but it's also going to cancel one of the saves. So, thank you. I referenced a little bit earlier, especially with the Defticon going on, I was kind of hoping to get down, or get up there, I guess, for my birthday. I've never been. I think it would be cool to go, but that is a bit more of a trek to get all the way up there, and hotels and stuff. It would have worked when it was in Chicago, because my fiance's got family up there, so we could have stayed with them. Now it's a little far away. But I might do a little bit of a Defticon recap stuff when that comes up. There's already been some Halo Flashpoint stuff. We're hoping for Gungans for Legion. That'll be a potential thing. And honestly, I'm just really curious to see what they have to say about Legion, considering the weird kind of state of Legion right now. It's in a bit of a weird place. So Gungans would go a long way with making people happy, I think. Let's see, Savage, she's got a melee defense of 4. Ooh, love to see it. 2 expertise is 1 save and a jump. Actually, not 1 save and a jump, and he can't use his expertise anyways, so he gets absolutely nothing from that, which means I've got 4 points on the armor. That's going to be 2, 5, 6, and a shove. And we're going to go... I could either go heal and reposition or heal and shove. I already get 1 shove. I think that might be just enough to... No, it's not going to wound him, unfortunately. So, we might go double shove. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go double shove, I think, just to make him have to move back. So that's going to be 5, 6 damage and 2 shoves. And he has protection, so it's going to be 5 damage. So that's going to put him up to 8 of 10. And he's going to get double shoved. Which... This line. Back to that line. Big shoves. Okay. So that is my turn done. That gives me 3 objectives, which is going to win me that struggle. So we'll reset this. All this stuff off. Re-straighten this guy back up. Still have Greff to go with. And they've still got Savage, maybe? Savage. Okay, this couldn't work out better for me. Savage has 2 health left. He's getting drawn now, which means that soon, early on in the next struggle, I should be able to wound him, which will count toward the second struggle. And he's going to be dead pretty early on, so he's going to be out of the fight. Go ahead and flip our second card here. since they lost, not great. So I basically could either activate this one as priority, or that one back there is priority. Those are the only two activated of the layout that I just drew. So obviously they would pick the one that's going to activate the one that they have. So this is probably going to be more of a normal struggle. Oh well. Let's roll and see if it activates on this turn. They're looking for a miss. No activation for them. That would activate that corner. It's not active, so no double points. Savage. Checking his abilities. I do have 2 force exactly. Get a free dash. Don't think I need it. When a character in this unit is attacking a primary target, which the armor is, he can get some extra dice. Dark Fury, choose an enemy unit within range 2, make a 5 dice attack. Okay, well, we're gonna, oh, I also didn't heal from the armors thing. We were gonna heal our covert, so they're down to 4. Okay, let's move. Swap back to here. We're gonna move right into the middle of all of this. He is now, bam, right there in the middle. It's just so weird that OBS just really hates that camera. Strange. Especially because that camera doesn't even look all that great. What do I know? So we're gonna move. Then we're gonna spend our 2 force for Dark Fury. Choose an enemy unit within range 2 and roll a 5 dice attack. Chosen unit suffers damage for each crit and hit result in the roll. If the chosen unit is a force user, it suffers damage from this ability. It gains exposed. Not a force user that we are aware of. Probably not, though, let's be honest. So 5 dice attack. I guess this is still done. I've never done this either. I guess this is still rolled as a regular melee attack. It's just they get additional damage for each crit or hit. Oh, no, it's not. It's just roll 5 attack dice, not make a 5 dice attack. So there's no defense or anything here. Just 5 dice, and they're going to suffer damage for each crit and hit. Okay, that's about as good as I could have hoped for. So that's just going to be 2 damage on the armor. Just straight up, can't do anything about it. And then that could have the potential to be 5 damage for free, essentially. But then we're just going to do our melee attack. And he doesn't have any stance changing, so he's going to have 7 dice on the armor. Although I am engaged with the coverts, that might be better for me. Better for them. I'm going to go on the coverts, actually. Probably should have done that to begin with. But that's okay. Because he could probably wound them and contest this objective. So, just kidding. On the coverts. Yeah. 3, 6, 7. That's not a bad roll. 2 expertise is, what is that? Crit. And 1 guaranteed damage. So, up these guys to 5. They're probably dead here, especially with the crits. That's okay. That's just a bunch of saves. Doesn't do us any good. 2 points. Gonna be, don't even need all of it, so we'll go with the top. That's gonna give us 3 damage and an expose. Puts them at 8 of 7, so they are wounded and exposed. So just going to give them a point for the wound. And they have 2 objectives. 1 and 2 in the back. This is now tested because the coverts are asleep. So yeah, they got 2, 1 and 2, and that also is going to give me a momentum. Okay, let's refresh their force. Shuffle up these cards. Here we go. And now I have to go with freaking Greff Karga. He not seem useful. I have no idea how to do that, nor do I have D&D terrain because D&D is like little, I think. So, yeah, out of luck. Sorry, Wada. If you want to play this, you are more than welcome to come and play this. But D&D, never played it, so not that it wouldn't be interesting. To be honest with you, I do think it would be kind of fun. Okay, freaking Greff Karga. I don't love it. I don't have any force to do any fun stuff. Nobody, nothing. Also, always forget. And I already shuffled their cards, so I can't even see who the first person to go was. Oh, it was the Super Commandos. First time an allied bounty hunter character wounds the marked unit. No, they got wounded early, and I don't remember who it was. Paz? He's not a bounty hunter, so it doesn't matter. Wow, freaking Dungeons and Dragons. God dang it. That is a whole nother avenue of money and time and space and all of that. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I think Annabelle's stepdad might actually do some D&D. But D&D is like it's like a whole thing. It's like a whole campaign. I don't even know if you could do it. Man, I can't even get Justin to recruit people in an MMO. You think he's gonna build anything? It's not happening. I think there's a YouTube channel, I don't remember what it's called, but they do like D&D campaign episodes. That's like one of the bigger, like maybe even the biggest D&D based channel. And their stuff's like really long, and it's like kind of like a podcast form almost, the way that they come through every week and do an episode of this like D&D campaign kind of. I'm not opposed to it if somebody wants to make that happen, but I wouldn't even know where to start, to be honest. There's new Halo models coming out that I need to pre-order or want to pre-order. I still need to finish painting the Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures. I painted Captain America and Black Widow and Iron Man and Baron Zemo. Yeah, see, how do you do that in a video? We couldn't do that. I'm not opposed to it. I would be open to trying it, but I wouldn't want to be the DM. I don't know if Magic's actually in Crisis Protocol. She might be. I know the Gwynpool has a little Jeff the Landshark on its base, so Jeff's kind of in it. Greff. Let's go over here. We're just gonna move and hunker And the hunker is going to allow us to scooch into the fray just enough to take that middle objective. Also, I need to roll and see what's priority. Actually, the only priority I don't have, so I don't care. Not going to affect me anyways. So I'm actually just going to put this up here because I don't feel like trying to get in there. I'm down for either, to be honest. Don't know if there's anything I necessarily need to do in WoW, but I'll probably play both. Play some WoW and then later on play some Marvel. So that is the end of my turn. That gives me 1, 2, 3 objectives. No wounds. 1, 2, and 3. It gives them a momentum. All right. Re-up my force tokens. And shuffle this up. Justin's coming over Saturday at some point, and we're gonna play probably Warcrow, I think. All right, first guy up is Paz. So he's gonna wake up. Yeah. Wait. Just kidding. He is still asleep because, silly goose, it's not his turn. It's their turn. Night Sisters are up. Okay, that's good. That works for me. I think $5, $11. IG doesn't have anything. I think they are gonna move like a full normal move here. To get into this weird mix to be engaged in that cluster. And they're gonna melee Dinjarin. Move, melee. I don't think they really have anything that's gonna affect anything. So we got 5. Ooh. Expertise is 1 hit and 1 damage. So that's up to 6. Rolling 6 defense. Tough. 2 saves there. 1 expertise on defense is a save and a crit downgrade, but that's it. So still gonna get 1 through, and that's gonna be another damage and another pin. He's already pinned, so that's 2 more damage. That puts him up to 8. Now, we gotta roll the other 3, 4, 5 from the other Night Sister. Jeez. Okay. You might actually get wounded here. 3 expertise. Just still 1 and 1 damage. So that puts him up to 9. 4, 6. That's terrible. 2 expertise. It's going to be 2 saves. And a crit to a miss. But no other anything. So still going to get a point through, which sucks because that is a damage and a pin. I'm still pinned, so that's 2 damage, which puts me to 11, which is his threshold. So he is wounded. Big sad. So they're going to get momentum for the wound. Let me see if they get priority. Damn. They do, so that's going to be 2 points, 3 points, 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Give me a momentum. My turn. I already know because I drew the card. It's Paz. Now we'll wake him up. Big sleepy fella. And I think he's got tactics. What's he got? Each allied Mandalorian unit within range 4. Nobody, because he's all by himself. And each nope. Allied supporting Mandalorians within range 4 can also jump. Nobody's in range. So I don't think I have the luxury to focus, because I, in a perfect world, am going to shoot and move if I could wound him. I don't see that happening, but we will see. So we're going to stay in heavy firepower. I don't think we actually have enough. We need what? 8? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, if I can get the full tree, I could wound Maul. I don't see that happening, but we will try. Oh, no. Okay, so I've got 5 dice. That is awful. I'm hoping for a bunch of expertise here, and no misses. Okay, well, 2 expertise is going to give us 3 hits. Yeah, that is not going to be enough unless he whiffs all of these defense dice. She's rolling 5. Okay, well, 3 expertise is going to give him a heal, which that kind of sucks. That puts him down to 2. 1 save and a jump. It's going to give me 4 points. So Darth Maul is going to get a pin token. How many do I got? 4. Guess we should go the bottom track. So it's going to be a shove, a heal, which doesn't do anybody any good, but a total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. I'll put him up to 8. And he's going to get a shove and a pin token. He does have a jump. Which, I don't know the order of which things would happen. I'm not going to do either of them, the shove or the jump, because I feel like it'd kind of all cancel itself out. But if he chose not to jump and then I could shove, I don't know. I'm just not going to touch that because it's a little wacky. So, anyways, that is unfortunate. I am at least going to move up and contest this objective. Probably going to result in my death, but that is okay. Yeah, because he doesn't really have anything else that would change this. I will, I guess, swap stances before his activation's over. Just to make him a little bit more durable, hopefully on defense. We'll see how that goes. Back to them. Oh, I gotta count my things, and I gotta roll. Well, I'm not gonna roll because again I don't have that objective. So I've got what? 1, 2, 3 objectives. 3. That's going to give them a momentum. Tragic, tragic, tragic. Okay, that's terrible. Although I thought Savage... No, God, no, Savage is already going again. Jeez. Okay. Guess we're going to go for the armor. Let's go ahead and do Dark Fury. We're going to roll 5 dice. It's going to suffer a bunch of wounds for stuff. So that's 3 damage. It's going to put up to 5. And then I think we're going to focus. and attack, which is going to give us what, 7, 8. And then because the armor is a primary, we're going to get 2 extra. So we got 10 dice. Terrible. Holy expertise. Bunch of misses. So we got 5 expertise. Which is going to be 2 crits and 1 damage. Crit. And a guaranteed 1 damage to 6. I'm rolling 5. 2 expertise. Going to be 2 saves. And a crit. Downgrade. Whoop. So all this still going to have 3. Okay. Let's see. 6. I only need 4 damage, so she's getting wounded. That's unfortunate. And what did I say? 3. So that's going to be what? 2, 3, 4. That's going to be enough for a wound. And it's going to be a strain and an exposed token. There we go. Let's see if they get double points. They do not for that objective. Again, I'm rolling for the 1 activated priority objective from our card. It's just the one they control. They're going to get a momentum for the wound. And then they've got, what? 1 objective now? Nobody has this. They've only got 1 because Greff wins ties and they're the only 2 people active. I will still have that middle objective for now. They've just got 1 objective, and that's going to give us both some juice. It is my turn. Dinjarin, so he can wake up. Get rid of this pin token. Let's see. Ah, dang it. I was hoping I could get a priority objective back there and I could probably sneak back there and get it, but dice. No dice. Night Sisters still don't have anything at all done to them. I don't want to just go for the objective, to be honest. Let's do Clan of 2. Just to get a little bit of distance. So that's going to be force. We are just going to here. That still lets me make a 5 dice attack, which in this case is going to be a melee attack. Yeah. Don't love it. 3 expertise. Crit and a hit. At least I'm guaranteed something here. Night Sisters are rolling 4. One save. So, yeah, I say both regulars. I just get the 1 crit through. It's going to be a shove and 1 damage. Meh. Not even going to bother with the shove, to be honest. And then I'm going to move. But because I'm engaged, I only get a little baby. But is enough to take that objective, which is a good thing for me because that's the only one that can activate as a priority objective, so they're gonna have to try to deal with it at some point. No wounds, no anything else, but I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me give them an objective. Okay. Here we go. The Super Commandos wake up. Of course, now I roll a blank for the double points on that back one, but the Mandalorians that I drew can't get to it, so that's good for me. So, clear their damage. Clear the wound. They've got a disarm, a pin, and a strain. They're going to have to get rid of the strain because that's just going to be 3 damage on them. But they are pinned and they're disarmed, so they can't move. They might not need to move. Has, let's see, Super Commandos have a range of 4, so we're good there. Not good there. So I think they're gonna have to. I guess they're just gonna have to eat a move to get rid of the pin. And then we'll spend a force to jump. Just so we could get in range of the objective there. That will win that objective for them. And now we can do some shoosting. They're not engaged. They're going to have 5 dice. They will get a free focus action because they are next to each other. They'll have 6 dice. Foot. Itchy foot. 2, 4, 6. Love to see it. A bunch of expertise. We got 3. Just gonna give them 1 hit. Wow. Awful. Has is rolling 4. Okay. That's gonna be 2 saves, a crit to a miss, and a crit to a regular hit. Don't matter, it's just going to give us 2 saves, which is what we need. So nothing there. What did I say? 6? The other one. That's better. 3 expertise. Just the 1 hit. Four. Big sad. Has on defense 1 expertise, is a save and a crit downgrade. Save. Downgrade. So only 2. He's gonna have 2 points. That's gonna be. We're gonna go 3 damage and a strain. Don't love the strain token, but whatever. And that's going to give them, what, 1 objective point? 1 objective point. So I still have a bunch. Grief. I don't really want Grief. I think Grief's okay. Well, you know what? I'll decide. Well, no, because I've got that one. So it doesn't really matter, does it? Actually, I don't think it matters at all because I've got so many objectives. So I think this will just win in general. Who would be interesting to go with? You know what? We will go with Grief. And we'll see if we can't kill Savage with Grief because I think that would be funny. So he's got a melee pool of 6. And we might as well focus for 7. There we go. Oh, big punches from Greff Karga. One. That one expertise is actually going to give him an exposed token, so he can't spend his defensive expertise. And in melee, he's rolling 4. So can't spend that. Just got 2 saved. So we got 4. And that's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, a pin, a strain, 2 shoves. He is wounded big time, which is going to give me a extra momentum. Let's see if we get priority. We do not, but it doesn't matter because we still have 1, 2, 3 objectives, 4 objectives. 1, 2, 3, 4. We win that one by a large margin, even though I was losing out some people early. I was definitely playing more objectives than I guess I indirectly was with the separatist people. Not intentional. I play it as like what I would do in the moment at any given moment. So I don't try to like sabotage one side or the other. I think I lost horribly last week. So that is yeah. Grief. Just punch Savage to death. So Darth Maul, I don't think I really got enough value maybe with Darth Maul. Talzin got kind of obliterated early and got 4 RNG on the card drawing. But I did get decent RNG with card drawing for Savage to get more value, so kind of a wash, I guess. The Night Sisters didn't really do a whole lot. I think had this gone to a third struggle, it probably still wouldn't have gone their way because a lot of them were kind of close to being wounded and being out of the fight. So I don't know. This is one of the few times I've used this bunker and actually like played in it. I kind of want to do more interior stuff just because it makes it a little bit more dynamic and interesting, I think. All of the battle system strain stuff technically has interiors. I might keep that in mind. Maybe do something similar to this with like the big mead hall type building and have the interior be playable. But that only has 1 point of entry, so that might be a bit wacky. So that's our end state on the field. Not a super close game, but a game nonetheless. Swap this to the main camera. Okay, so I need to get all of this cleaned up. I will set up War Crow for Saturday. I'm not sure what time yet. It should be probably later in the day, I think, like a 5 o'clock kind of deal on Saturday. We'll play War Crow. It'll be his first time playing War Crow, so that should be interesting. I don't know if I want to go through any of the Winds from the North. I don't know. Whatever that box is called. Maybe we do that actually and play on the 2-foot board and just run through some of the Winds from the North campaign, and we just set up and change games on the fly. That might be kind of interesting instead of playing a big deal. Maybe we do that actually. That might be more interesting to do and give him a better idea of the narrative feel. So maybe we run through the whole Winds from the North narrative campaign on Saturday to show Justin. And I think that's it. Still continuing with no painting stuff on Mondays. The only stuff I had to paint is Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff, and I'm not super feeling like painting currently, so I'm not doing a ton of it. Again, I want to do or see about doing a members wall down here as like a castle kind of stone brick kind of thing, and see if I can model little name badges for the hunter tier members and put their names up along the wall. I think that could be fun. This is really the only space I could do it. I guess I could do it here. Not great, I don't love that. The down here might make the most sense. Yeah. If I do that, it'll probably be a video actually of making the brick wall. Be fun. Advertisings. Yeah. So memberships are live. If you want those, you can hit the join button. I will be adding stuff to those tiers, so they're relatively basic for now until I come up with stuff. I just wanted the tiers to be set because I can't edit some of that stuff once it's created. So it is what it is for now, and then you'll get perks and stuff kind of added to that over time, I think, is the plan. And we are on the track to tier 2 partnership, I suppose. So if you enjoyed this, hit the like button, hit the sub button. I appreciate you. That is going to do it for this one. I will see you guys on Saturday for part 2, technically, of the birthday stream. Okay? I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.
The power of the dark side.